SMT Nation, we back. This is going to be part three of T-Mobile Means Business, a series or a mini series in which I discuss some of the items from a recent ongoing conference. For those that are kind of like in the know, haven't watched the videos, we're just taking some of the slides and some of the information that T-Mobile is presenting at this conference and kind of dissecting what this means for T-Mobile as they try to get in and reach major penetration into the business segment. They want business consumers. They want agencies. They want big contracts with big companies, something they have never been able to do, something they have never been able to establish, as opposed to, say, for example, Verizon and AT&T, who are the business and enterprise ISPs, mobile ISPs. So now with, the T-Mobile and Sprint merger in the rearview mirror, things have stabilized at the companies, all the layoffs, all the cost cutting, a lot of those things are going to kind of be just taking a back seat. They have to penetrate this segment. They want to go from 10% to 20% market share in the business consumer arena. And the way they're going to be doing this is through a lot of different strategies and techniques. And they're building this portfolio of services that they can offer to their business customers. So here's part three here. It says driving 5G midband standalone ecosystem. This is telling us that T-Mobile is going to be executing a major component of their 5G standalone operations through midband spectrum. They're talking about ANS, or advanced network services, next generational technologies, next generation applications, and next generation networking, right? Things we don't have today that will be happening in the near term. All right. So we're talking probably 2024, 2025. All right. The next big feature that's going to be helping facilitate this for T-Mobile is going to be network slicing and private networking and mobile edge computing. These are networking elements in 5G that are brand new. They did not exist in the LTE era or the 3G era or any of those things in the past. These opportunities, what they're going to do is allow T-Mobile to say to a business, we can provide you with a network structure within a network, right? Being on your own private network, separate from anything else that we're doing with the commercial side with consumers or any other businesses. Along with that, the network slicing allows them to create unique experience. All right. So what latency do you need? What type of ping time are we talking about? What's the millisecond requirement? A guaranteed level of service quality. All right. So we're talking about QCI, real, true, dedicated QCI type of service. Okay. So if a business customer needs, you know, sub 10 millisecond ping time, they can provide that. If they need a dedicated amount of bandwidth or throughput capacity, I've got 500 IoT devices, and they each need, at any simultaneous moment, 5 megabits per second to accomplish some kind of a sensor task or whatever. All that stuff can be automated, right? That's how they're going to do it. And they're going to help facilitate the connectivity, network as a service, right, with business and consumer applications. So whether it's interfaces that consumers are going to interact with the customers of the businesses, or it's going to be the business operations directly, T-Mobile wants to be there to offer this ecosystem of standalone 5G networking capabilities. This is what T-Mobile wants to do. Now, this is something that I'm kind of shocked to see is they're only mentioning midband here, which is kind of unusual because I always looked at millimeter wave as the next frontier for private networking and that sort of thing because and honestly, it doesn't really matter so much. You create the capacity regardless of how you do it. You create it and then you allow your customers to take advantage of that throughput and that capacity that you can offer. Whether it's uplink, downlink, it's the latency that's important, all those things. I thought they were going to mention it. They just talked about it a couple of weeks ago at an investor conference, how they, were starting to warm up to the idea of millimeter wave and stuff like that, maybe with some changes, some consumer premise equipment improvements and some standard improvements. I'm surprised they didn't bring it up here. Maybe it's just a little early in the game, right? And obviously, T-Mobile hates millimeter wave. Let's call a spade here. When they list phones on their website for consumers to buy, they don't even include the millimeter wave bands on purpose. They loathe millimeter wave. They are terrified of the millimeter wave frequency. They only use it in the most drastic of situations. Because, when you use millimeter wave, you have to start looking at major backhaul capacity increases, and that raises rent, and that raises your cost per month and your OpEx and CapEx investment for small cells. And these are things that T-Mobile has yet to been able to start to kind of do. So maybe that's why they're kind of avoiding it. Maybe it becomes a part of their next conference slides and stuff, but we'll see. This is what's going on. Part 3 of T-Mobile Means Business. Your comments welcome down below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more. Turn on that bell notification icon to never miss an upload. Links in the description for my Patreon page, my Twitter handle, my Gmail address for all business inquiries. And now we have the join membership option. Become a member of the SMT YouTube channel and get exclusive access to videos, live streams, perks, all types of different benefits found nowhere else. Thanks for watching and supporting, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.